Well, hello everyone, this is Boondockers and Talkers, and this is the talking portion of this, and we're going to be doing a deck tech video on what I like to call a electro gutter burn deck. Now, this deck has done extremely well for me over the past couple of Friday night events. It's something very easily for you to pilot. Newer players will get a kick out of it. Even old school players or very veteran style players will sneak in quite a few victories with this deck. I really enjoy playing it, but we'll see what you guys think. We'll jump into it right quick. Starting off with the land base, we are just running 19 simple mountains. Nothing special there. But this deck is based around a combo going around Skirt Prospector. Now, Skirt Prospector is let's say, I am very sorry for my bad, horrible camera stuff, but this is a cell phone, people. Y'all can bear with me. Skirt Prospector. It's a 1-drop, 1/1. Nothing too fancy to it, but sacrifice a goblin and add a big old mountain to your mana pool. Now, that don't seem like much, but this is where it curves out into some really good stuff. So, say your opening hand is, got a Skirk in there. Skirt Prospector on turn 1, turn 2, you drop another mountain, and then you roll out this guy right here. We're running 4 copies of Guttersnipe. Guttersnipe is a 3-drop goblin that, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Guttersnipe deals 2 damage to each opponent. Now, that is very nasty once you get it up and running. We're running 4 of those with 4 Prospectors. Now, we also are running 4 of Electrostatic Field. Now, this is a defender, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it deals 1 damage to your opponent. Now, we're running a full playset of him as well. And over here we have this is where we're getting into straight face mode, where we are punishing our opponent with 4 copies of Shock, a full 4 copies of Lightning Strike, and let's see, as far as burn, that is all we need really on the burn portion. Is just 4 copies of Shock and 4 copies of Lightning Strike, but this is the big one over here, guys. And this is where Skirt Prospector comes in. Now, we build up the board with full of goblins, and we have some 1-drops up here I'll get to here in a second, but we build up our board full of goblins, and then we drop this bad boy in here. We are going to be running, if you can, run 3 to 4 Banefires. Banefire is basically you pay X, and if X is 5 or more, this spell cannot be countered, and the damage cannot be prevented. So, let's say you have 5 open mana available, you have 3 goblins on the board. You can sacrifice all 3 goblins if you have a Prospector out. Now all of a sudden you got 8 open mana. You cast this for 7 damage straight to your opponent, straight to your opponent's face. Going against blue players, it will not be countered, and there's no way to prevent it, so they are pretty much screwed on that. Now, that is our end goal. Now, so, if you can, try to run 3 to 4 of them. Right now, I only have 2 myself, but in my sideboard, I run Fight with Fire, which is the same concept as where you want to ramp into the kicker ability, where it deals 10 damage. Now, as far as the creatures that you're wanting out that ain't going towards, aside from Guttersnipe, Electrostatic Field, and our Prospectors, we're going to be running a full playset of, yes, everybody's most hated or favorite card, Chain Whirler. This guy comes in, he's a 3-drop. 3/3, first striker. When Goblin Chain Whirler enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. So, going against token decks, that card is a beast. We are playing a full 4 copies of him as as well. Now, the big problem with mono red decks is the ability to draw and get card advantage. Now, a lot of people run Experimental Frenzy in these type of decks, but for me personally, what I like doing, since we have our Gutter Snipe over here that deals 2 damage to your opponent each time you cast an instant or sorcery, I like running these little beauties over here. Okay, we are running 3 copies of Warlord's Fury. Now, it is just a simple little 1-drop, and creatures you control gain first strike until the end of turn, which is relatively unimportant for the most part of it. We just want the draw a card ability, so we do get a draw off of it, and if we got a Gutter Snipe on board, and an electromagnetic field, or 2 Gutter Snipes, or 2 electro fields on the board, it's still punching our opponent in the face. So we are running 3 of those guys. We're running 1 copy of Crash 3. The only reason I did not run 4 copies of Warlord's Fury is because this is also a 1-drop. Creature you control gain trample until the end of the turn, and you get to draw a card. Now, that trample can come into play if, let's say, they are running a token deck, and you can, basically, boom, cast that, and now you can go over the top with cards like Chain Whirler, and then do a little bit of extra damage that way. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But also, if we cannot draw enough and we start to run out, we are running 2 copies of Flame of Keld. Probably one of my favorite cards that they printed. Love the artwork on it too. But this is a Saga. It is a 2-drop. Once it enters on its first Saga, you discard your hand, and if playing mono red, your hand's going to run out pretty quickly. So we discard a hand. Our second Saga, we draw 2 cards. Then it gets nasty, people. This is where, on our third Saga, if a red source would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage plus 2 more damage that turn. So, on our third Saga, a shock basically turns 2 damage into 4 damage. A lightning strike turns from 3 damage to 5 damage. And you have a Gutter Snipe on board on top of that. You see where I'm going with this. That is a lot of damage. If we have 1 Gutter Snipe on board when the Saga goes off, and we cast a Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike hits them for 5. Gutter Snipe hits them for 4. That's 9 damage off of 1 2-drop card. That's crazy, right? That's nasty. Then we go up here. We got a full play set of these guys up here. This is Yashiro Pyromancer. It is a 2-drop. Once it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. Yet again, it covers the planeswalkers and the player itself. It's a 2/1. Nothing special to it, but we're trying to burn our opponent's face as quickly as possible. So we like doing that. Now, we're also running, for our last bit of our creatures, 4 copies of Fanatical Firebrand, another goblin. So, we have that guy out there. Basically, he is a 1-drop with haste, and you can sacrifice Firebrand, and it does 1 damage to target creature or player. Now, this comes in handy in a lot of different ways. Of course, you open your hand, you get 1 damage in there quick, but you can also block with this guy, sack him, ping your opponent in the face for 1, or block with this guy, sack him, and ping another creature on the board that you blocked as well to have it get destroyed. If, let's say, you was blocking a, somebody had a 3/3 out and you got a 2/2 out. You blocked with your 2/2, and you blocked another one of their creatures with Fanatical. You block that creature with Fanatical, sack it, ping the other creature, the 3/3 that he's got out, and it still blocks the creature that you blocked, and it is still able to punch in that 1 damage, and you're able to kill the 3/3 that you blocked with your 2/2. So that comes in handy very well too. I've also included, just for more card draw and more synergy with Gutter Snipe, one lonely copy of Tormenting Voice. An additional cost to cast this card, discard a card, and you draw 2 cards. Okay? So basically, that is the deck itself. What you want to do is set up is to get your prospectors out early and often. Yes, this deck can, on your sideboard, I have Fight with Fire, full 4 copies of that. 4 copies of Lava Coil. You know, you can turn this deck into, like if you're playing, let's say, right now big popularity is Golgari mid-range, and you want bigger spells than the shocks and the lightning strikes to deal with them. Yes, you can sub in the Fight with Fires for them, and that takes care of that. But the sideboard you don't really need to go too much into. This deck, winning percentage, like I said, you're either going to win really quick and piss a lot of people off by doing it, or you're going to run into a little bit of trouble where you get mana flooded or anything like that. I mean, there's a possibility to get overrun, but I mean, you do have big defenders such as, like, you know, Electro Field right here. He's a 4. I mean, that's pretty tough. If somebody wants to waste a lava coil on him, that's fine and all good. But Chain Whirler is the only real attacker that we got in this thing. But the Gutter Snipe, if we can keep him on the board and have him survive. Now, this is mono red. You can actually turn this into red black. I've also done this in blue and used Dive Down to protect Gutter Snipe and stuff like that. But as far as a budget new player starting deck that you want to take to your F&M and your LGS, I would suggest this. Right now, I'm actually running this deck, my Drake deck that is very popular as well, and also a vampire deck that is doing pretty good at the moment as well too. But for somebody who's just jumping into the game, this is something that I would suggest very highly look into. It's a very fun deck to play in once you get it going and get it running. It is hilarious. And yet again, the all-stars of this is the beautiful Banefire, Skirt Prospector, your Gutter Snipes, Flammakelds, Electro Fields. And then just, you know, basically smash people in the face with lightning strikes and shocks. And then the Flammaceld, of course, comes in, and there's your winner. You got a lot of ways to win in conditioning, top deck. A lot of stuff to win in this deck. But anyway, guys, this is just a quick one that I wanted to do. I was sitting there practicing for a PTQ that I got coming up, and I just wanted to yank this deck out while I was playing and show it to y'all. And next time, I promise I'll have better camera angles and actually have it set up to where when I go Friday is the upcoming pre-release for the Allegiance. I'm hoping to be able to carry this to the F&M that night, and I'll be playing my Vamp deck that night, and hopefully y'all can live stream it for y'all, and y'all get to check it out. So don't forget to hit that sub button. Yes, we do cover a lot of stuff on here. We do everything from fighting to MTG to talking about random stuff, rants, a little bit of comedy here and there. But yeah, guys, just jump on in if y'all like it. I mean, right now it's poor quality. I apologize for that, but we do some exciting stuff. So until then, guys, I'm out. This is Hurricane.Shane. Nickname for the MTG part is actually Battle Cat. I got the nickname from my original LGS that is now shut down. That they asked me what happened to my leg one day, and because I had it wrapped up. Well, I was out there, and we were, me and my dad was out there, you know, throwing out some stuff for the chickens, cleaning out the chicken pen and everything like that, and so we was letting our chickens free roam. Well, I heard one of them having just like it's being mauled by something. I thought my bulldog got a hold of it, so I take off running, and that's what I thought it was. I thought it was my bulldog. So I reached over and I just kick it right in the face. Apologies for the language for the younger folks on here, if y'all watch it. which is, hopefully y'all do. If y'all don't, that's cool too. I enjoy making these videos. But I kick it in the face. He turns around and looks at me, and surprise, surprise, it was not a bulldog. It was a big old bobcat. I was freaked out. So, anyways, I go into the store. The store owner asked me what happened. I tell him the story. They gave me the name Battle Cat, and that's actually where they went and out of their own pocket after. Let me move this out the way so I'll show y'all. I won a game night up there, and I got a nice little mat. I mean, it was pretty cool. And but they went out of their way and spent their own money and purchased this mat for me. Yeah, that is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool little mat right there. So, anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Any types of decks that y'all have tried with this, anything that y'all have added to it, or anything that y'all think would make it better, you drop it down in below. Also, any kind of subject material you'd like to see coming up, what kind of decks you'd like to see, the breakdown of deck tutorials, or anything of that matter, just let me know. Drop it in the comments and I'll try to cover it. Don't forget to hit that sub button. It helps out the channel a lot. And God bless, and continue playing this game, because regardless of what anybody thinks, this keeps... I mean, I've seen every type of person you think of play this game, and it's a relief. It's a stress reliever. It keeps your kids out of trouble. You drop them off at the local game store. Most local game stores are pretty good, and they take real good care of new players and everything, and new players will get helped out a lot, especially when I started. People gave me cards and everything, and now I do the same to help newer players and continue on with this generation of MTG players. So, until then, believe in the heart of the cards. Wrong game there, buddy. Nah, but I enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, so. But until then, guys, I'm out. Hurricane.Shane, a.k.a. Battle Cat. Y'all join in. Have the fun. Alright, peace out, y'all.